Hi, welcome to my YouTube series, Mobile Home Buy and Build. My name is Brent, and I'm going to take you through the process of finding out what you could put on your lot, hiring the contractors, buying the mobile home, going getting all the permits, the whole scope. So I live in Northern California, and I bought a lot that was burnt down by the campfire. That was up in Paradise, California. I've been living in an RV for the last year and a half, and now I'm putting a manufactured home on the lot. I'm going to go through every step of the process, from seeing what you could put on your lot, to looking at the homes, to buying a home, getting a loan, having the home delivered, having it put together, and getting a certificate of occupancy and moving into your home. The first thing you should do if you're considering getting a manufactured home, if it's on your own lot, you want to go to the city or to the county, whichever your lot is located in, and look and see what type of rules and restrictions there are for your lot. You need to check to see the setbacks of your home, how far away it's got to be from the property lines, how far it's got to be away from the septic. It's 5 feet away from the septic here in Butte County. I believe most places is 5 feet, but you want to check your county. My lot had the existing well and septic in it, so I was kind of limited where I could put the home because it had to be 30 feet away from the back property line, 5 feet away from the septic, and then I had the well on the other side. So there's some logistics you need to work through to see what you could put onto your property. You want to see about your electric pole. If your home is going to be set far back from the street, are you going to have to bring in your own power pole? Or is your home close enough to the street power poles where you could have your power line come off the transformer to your weatherhead, which is the pole that comes off your roof, the metal pole where the electrical wires go in. If your property is on a slope, you want to see if there's any drainage requirements, whether you have to put in a French drain or a little ditch to divert water. You just have to see what type of requirements are needed to put in a home. Also, if you aren't planning on buying a new manufactured home and you're going to buy a used one, check and see what the county allows, or the city, wherever your property is. My county, when I was first shopping for one, wouldn't allow a manufactured home over 10 years old to be put on any property in Butte County. They recently amended that, I believe, to 12 years old. So you need to check with that and see what you could shop for. If you're in an HOA area, you need to see what the rules are for HOAs. They may have a square footage minimum. They may have something against garages or outbuildings if you're planning on putting that with your home. So you need to check all the rules for your property through the HOA, the county, the city. After you do that, then you're ready to start shopping for a manufactured home. Nope. You want to see how much you could spend on a home. So you want to go to a bank or to a mortgage broker. I recommend going to at least 2 banks and 2 to 3 mortgage brokers. Now, mortgage brokers have access to a lot of different banks, so they could find a lot of different programs. So I don't know where you're going to find your best deal, but you will see a difference in interest rate, and you'll see a difference in how much money you have to put down. Some places may require 20%. Some places may require 3% down. So you have to shop around. So now, after you know what you could put on your property and you know how much you can afford, now it's time to go shopping for a manufactured home. Where I live in, we got 3 dealers in my city, one in each city close by to me. They all carry different homes, some of the same models, some are different models. We got Clayton Homes, there's Champion Homes, there's Pearl Harbor, there's Fleetwood. So there's a lot of different manufacturers, and you want to check them all out, see what they come with. Some have come with higher upgrades like quartz or granite countertops, like the Champion. Some come with Formica, then you have to pay for the upgrades. So you want to shop around, and I'll go into more detail on that in a later video. But yeah, that's the first thing. You want to go to as many as you can and just look at everything. If you aren't finding a good deal where you're at, you could check other parts of the state or even neighboring states and see what they're selling them for. That's what I did. I found a place in Southern California that was selling the same home for $30,000 less than if I bought it here. But doing that, I had to find my own crew because they were from Southern California. They didn't have crews up here to do the interior and exterior, which comes with, if you buy it local, not all, but the ones I've been to, it comes with the interior setup and the exterior, meaning the roof line, all the seams, the flooring, the sheetrock on the seams where you put the home together. And that could run anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, give or take. You know, $3,000 for the exterior, to $4,000, and maybe $3,000 to $5,000 or $6,000 for the interior to put together if you hire out for subcontractors. And it comes with the local places include that sometimes. So you need to see what they include, but you could find a place a lot cheaper like I did, and then I just interviewed my own contractors. The county usually has a list of approved contractors you could get, and you could just start calling through them and getting quotes. Find someone you feel comfortable with, and there you go. Some of the reasons why in my area the homes are so much more expensive is, well, one, homes are just more expensive everywhere since beginning of COVID, because when that happened, lumber prices, everything went up. So the manufacturers raised all their prices to compensate. Now that lumber prices and stuff went down, their prices have not. So it's still high, a lot higher than it was 10 years ago, 8 years ago. And then we had the campfire up in Butte County, which created a high demand for manufactured homes, because you could get a manufactured home from, $140 to $180 a square foot put in, for a mid-grade one. But to have a stick-built home around here is $350 to $400 a square foot. So it's a lot cheaper with a manufactured home, which is creating the high demand, which creates the opportunity for the dealers to raise their price. And they have, and it's expensive. So shop around, especially if you feel comfortable interviewing your own contractors and hiring your own contractors. So in my videos, I'm going to try to post one every week to 2 weeks, probably be around every 10 days. And I'll give you an update from purchasing it to having it moved onto the pad, or to have the pad even cut out, have the rock put on it, have the utilities trenched in, the home moved up to the pad, then put up on blocks or whatever foundation system you go with. Have it put together and leveled, show you the inside being done, how it comes and what they need to do. Show you the seams on the outside, the top. I'll talk about the permit process and the problems I've been coming up with and how I mitigate those problems. I'm going to try to go through every step. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask below. I'll try to reply to everyone, best of my knowledge. This is my first manufactured home. I have done construction and been in real estate for a while, so I am familiar with a lot of the aspects of this whole transaction. So yeah, hit me up with any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Like and subscribe and follow along. I'd appreciate that.